Hello, everybody. Dale Dickerson, Coach Jason Russell. Coach, we're at 80% bad weather games. Two lightning games, two hurricane games, and the one game we didn't have bad weather, we won. So.
Yeah, I think that it really is telling. Look at the one game we had good weather. We had 300 yards of offense in the first half. I mean, we've got a very explosive offense. Now, we're not built to sit there and run the ball right at somebody over and over again. That's just not what we're built to do. And unfortunately, when you have a hurricane come through, it really makes it difficult to throw the ball. And, I'm not making excuses there. We made mistakes and think other parts that we need to do better, and we're going to go in and fix those things. But we've got a much better football team than our record indicates right now. We talked before we got on air. We've lost 3 football games and to a combined record of 13-2. So we have played some teams that are really good and playing really good ball. And we've been in 2 of those games. This game got away from us, but those other 2 games we were right there with a chance to win the football game. And so we've got a good team. We're doing a lot of good things, and the kids are playing really, really hard. I'd say a positive from Friday night that I really want to point out is that they had 28 points at the end of the first half, and they had 28 points at the end of the game.
Yes.
And so our kids did not give up, and they played hard. They played hard all night long, and I'm proud of them for that.
Well, I noticed I went and did spotting with Buzz Phillips in press box since we weren't able to broadcast, and I think if I remember correctly, they only had 1 first down in the whole third quarter.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, we really turned around our defense in the second half and shut them down. And the conditions we talked about, the rain was actually sideways the entire game, and it just really affected the entire game. You can throw, like you said, maybe with the wet weather, but when you're throwing wet balls into a gusty wind, it just becomes almost impossible to run that kind of offense.
That's right. And we kind of got down early in the game, and so it kind of changed what we wanted to do. And again, we're not built to just line up and just run it at somebody over and over again. It's not it's not our offensive scheme, and it's not what we have personnel-wise.
Yep.
I think if we did that, we would have come up banged up. Going into district play, both of our backs would have been banged up going into this game. Our offensive line, is not built for that. I do want to highlight we had one kid that just absolutely dominated on Friday night. It was Michael Pride. He was pancaking guys left and right, and so. Again, you look at a game like this, and we had a lot stacked against us, and a good football team that's playing good. They're 4-1 right now, and they're that for a reason. And I'm excited about this opportunity we got coming this week.
Yeah, we're back into district play now, and we got a rivalry game with Center Hill that's it's important. We got a home game to start with, so it's really important to get off a good start there in the district play.
That's right. It doesn't get much bigger than this. I was talking to Zach Sims yesterday on the podcast, and we were talking about motivation and this and that. He was saying something about who's won each game, and I said, Zach, it doesn't matter. Motivation is not an issue here. You're talking about guys that know each other really, really well. I don't think that there are 2 schools or any school that we play that our kids know each other more than Center Hill, proximity-wise of where they live and just friends. And this is a big game for them on that aspect. It's the first district game. It's the first game that counts towards the playoffs. I mean, there's so much to play for in this game that I don't think motivation is going to be any issue for either side.
No, I don't either. I think you're right. Let's look at a few highlights here from the game from Friday night. It was brutal. There was almost nobody in the stands. I was talking to Sam before the game. They had probably about 40 or 50 students in a big group. But beside that, there probably wasn't 100 people on either side.
Yeah.
It was just miserable conditions.
It really was. I mean, it was literally a hurricane, so we had that going for us.
When you were looking out the press box window, it was just a sideways rain the entire time. And then it would lighten up for just a few seconds, and then it would pour right back down again. So
absolutely.
We do have some highlights here. This first one is, I believe, a pass to Jeremy Salisbury.
Yeah, this is early in the game right here, and so we're running our little zone read play, and Dominic Puppo, their quarterback, makes a great read, pulls it, and then we have the throw off of it. If we have a guy come down and take the quarterback and execute it perfectly, I mean, it looked really good.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that was only the fourth play in the game. All right, the next one is a 13-yard pass, and I don't know whether this is Jay Wells or Salisbury.
Oh, this is actually right here to Kylan Rhodes. This is a little screen pass on this one right here.
Right. And if you saw that, you could see on that highlight the rain, how thick that rain was on that particular picture. It was just a mess.
It was. All
right. This next one is a scramble by Thomas Hefner here. Really good run.
Yeah, you can see the rain right there coming in sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't, in the film doesn't even do it justice to what it was in person. You can see that, look in the back left there of the screen, you can see the wind whipping on the fence, and I mean, this is just horrible conditions. But I think we're 3rd and 10 right here, and Thomas makes a great run right here to pick up a first down and extend a drive. You can see him sliding, everybody sliding when they hit the ground. Anybody who hit the ground, there was a spray that would come up off the ground. The turf, it's brand new this year, so it was slick. I mean, it was something else now.
It was. All right, this next one is a 25-yard pass.
Yeah, just a little sprint out concept. We clear everything out with the have an under route, and then we clear everything out with the vertical, and then come back, run a corner by the 3rd receiver, and that was open most of the night right there. We hit it a couple times, and that was a good play for us.
Yep. All right, there's another scramble here by Thomas. He does an excellent job of scrambling.
Absolutely, fantastic athlete back there, and things break down. He is tough to deal with.
Well, he's fast and he's shifty. He just doesn't run in a straight line. Somebody's coming at him, he's going to juke him, and he's going to make that first guy miss.
He's a very instinctive runner for sure.
He is. All right, the next one, we got a fumble recovery deep in their territory.
I
couldn't tell who got the fumble recovery. But
Ethan Sanders.
Did he? Okay,
Yep,
that was
Ethan
on.
Sanders.
We got the ball like on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, I think it was on like a 1. I think it was really, really close.
I thought that's where it was to start with. I think did they spot the ball on the 1, or did we lose 3 yards on the next play? Because the next play is the touchdown, and it was a 4-yard run. We'll put Kylan back.
I got you. Okay, I thought it was down on the 1, but yeah.
Well, that's what we thought from the spotting box, but they moved it back to the 4. So this next one is the Kylan running in.
Yeah, right here. He came to me at the sideline. He said that one doesn't count. It was just too easy. I said, Kylan, it does count, son. He said that's not that easy for everybody. You just happen to be 4'4" and can just chase that pile out, and it's just difficult for people to catch.
Once he got out on that corner, there was nobody that was going to come up and catch him and do anything with it. So.
That's right.
And we talked a little bit before that the rain did affect our receivers some in the first part of the game, but actually as the game went on, we caught the ball pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it just I think it really affected more the throwing of the football, than it did necessarily the kids catching it. And it slows down the speed of everything. But our guys do a good job of throwing and catching in the rain. And I think if we had a normal rain and not that rain or that sheets of rain, I think we would have been able to really execute our offense. And that was their game plan going in, is that we knew that we needed to be able to complete the ball and still play our game. We didn't need to let it dictate what we wanted to do, but it did make it more difficult.
Okay. All right, well, Center Hill's coming up, and a familiar name comes up, Lawrence Autry.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's really good. And I thought he was a senior as long as he's been there, but he's just a junior, and he's a man playing out there. He's good size and he plays running back, and they run a lot of plays with him. Just direct snap to him and just let him go.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen anybody just the first guy tackle him. We're going to have to gang tackle him. We're going to have to get 2-3 guys on the tackle every single play and run to the ball. And our pursuit of the football is going to be extremely important. And so, no, he is a man out there now. He is something else, and guys bounce off of him constantly. Really good football player. they throw the ball a little bit better this year, and you know, their quarterback's doing a good job, and he's pretty mobile and has made some plays with his legs as well. So you can't just discount him either. So we'll have our hands full defensively stopping that, and you know, but again, we're ready for it. We're ready for district play.
All right. Sam assures us we're going to have pretty weather for the game Thursday night. And again, reminder, the game is Thursday night this week, not Friday night at 7 o'clock. I hope to have the stands full for our first district game. If you can't, OBTV Live will be broadcasting. And I want to thank everybody this morning for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.